Hello everyone. Have you ever thought about this simple yet mind-blowing fact? You, me, every tree, every animal, even the tiniest insect, all began life as a single microscopic cell. Isn't that amazing? That one tiny cell kept dividing over and over again, giving rise to billions and trillions of cells that now make up our bodies. That's why biologists say all organisms, including our cells, are made of cells. But these cells are not just sitting there, they are busy performing thousands of activities that together keep you alive. Each heartbeat, every breath you take, even the way your skin heals after a cut, all of this is possible because of the marvelous work of your cells. This is why we call the cell the structural and functional unit of life. Without cells, life simply cannot exist. Now, you might wonder, why exactly do we call cells the unit of life? Well, just like a building is made of bricks, every living organism is made of cells. That's why they are called the structural units. But cells are also functional units. That means all vital activities like respiration, growth, repair, and reproduction, they all happen inside cells. Think of amoeba, a single-cell organism. It eats, moves, reproduces, and responds to its environment all inside just one cell. And here's something fascinating. From the simplest unicellular bacteria to the most complex human body, everything shares this same cellular basis. It shows the unity of life across Earth's living beings. So, what do all cells have in common? First, all living beings, whether a tiny bacterium or a giant blue whale, are made up of cells. Second, chemically, cells are surprisingly alike. They're mainly water, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and nucleic acids. Inside them, all metabolic reactions occur. Metabolism is simply the sum of all chemical reactions that sustain life. Another fascinating property is homeostasis. It means cells maintain stability inside even if the outside world changes. For example, your red blood cells keep the water and salt levels perfectly balanced so they can transport oxygen efficiently. Isn't it incredible how these microscopic units silently carry out such vital processes? Here's a question for you. Where do new cells come from? Do they just appear out of nowhere? The answer is no. Every new cell comes from a pre-existing cell. This was beautifully summarized by the scientist Rudolf Virchow, who said, "Omnis cellula e cellula," meaning every cell from a cell. During the process of mitosis, the genetic material inside the cell is duplicated and then divided into two identical daughter cells. This ensures that life continues generation after generation. You can see this in action in your own body. Your skin cells are constantly dividing, that's why wounds heal and old skin gets replaced. This continuity of cells is what keeps organisms alive and allows life to be inherited from one generation to the next. Now, not all cells look or work the same. In multicellular organisms like us, cells specialize to perform unique tasks. For example, muscle cells contract and relax to enable movement. Nerve cells, or neurons, are like the electrical wiring of your body, carrying impulses from your brain to every part of you. Gland cells produce secretions like hormones that control so many body functions. Even in plants, cells take on special roles. Xylem cells form long tubes to transport water, while phloem cells move food from leaves to other parts of the plant. This specialization, also called cell differentiation, makes life wonderfully efficient. It's like an orchestra, every instrument plays a different part, but together they create a beautiful symphony of life. Now, let's take a closer look at a generalized cell under the microscope. At the center lies the nucleus, which acts as the control room, storing genetic material, DNA, and directing cell activities. Surrounding it is the cytoplasm, a jelly-like medium where countless chemical reactions take place. Floating inside are the organelles. Mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of the cell, generate energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. The endoplasmic reticulum works like a transport network, and ribosomes on its surface build proteins. Finally, the plasma membrane surrounds the cell like a protective gatekeeper, carefully controlling what enters and exits. Even though it's so tiny, the cell is like a bustling city, with each organelle playing its unique role to keep the system alive. So, let's bring it all together. We've seen that all living beings, from a single bacterium to the largest animals, are made up of cells. These cells are both the building blocks and the functional machines of life. They share a common chemistry and metabolic processes, yet they specialize beautifully to perform different roles. And remember, every cell comes from a pre-existing one, ensuring the continuity of life. Think about it, right now, trillions of cells inside your body are working in perfect harmony. They are allowing you to listen, to think, and even to breathe as I speak. Isn't that just breathtaking? Biology truly shows us the miracle of life at the microscopic level. I hope you now see why we call the cell the fundamental unit of life. Until next time, remember, you are living proof of the power of cells. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought you have is thanks to the invisible world of cells. See you soon for our next adventure in biology.